Good morning, welcome to another episode of Paint and Coffee. Today we're going to be painting some of the wolves. I don't know if we're going to be able to get them all finished or not, but we're going to try. And so since I've already used the airbrush to paint them one main color, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of highlight them. I'm going to use some linen white. What is this? Weathered stone. So. And anytime you dry brush, you need paper towel. And so the brush I'm going to use for the dry brushing, let's see here. That would be a good one. Because I don't want to do a whole big area. So these other big brushes here are just going to be too big. So I'll put some on my brush, just kind of rub it off. And then I'm just going to go against the grain of the mane. Basically it's like a mane, but wolves don't have mane. It's just the thicker part of their coat. And wash will help blend this in too, so if it gets a little thick in some areas, that's going to be okay. Now that Gen Con is finally over, get back to life and just the mundane, and back to my painting. which I really need to get these done so I can start some other projects. And like using this series helps me to be accountable to my painting. Because after I get these done, and then I'll do this wolf, the big bad wolf, then I will do the giant, and then I can do the pigs, and then I'll be all done with the Grimm Forest painting. Miniature painting, that is. It's raining outside. So far, that's what we have done so far. Set those aside to dry. Then I'll do some of the big bad wolf. Some of his beard looking stuff there. I don't really have beards, but it kind of looks like. Inside his ears. Get some of his hands. And his tail. I guess I'll get some of his leg too. Alright. I better get the inside of these wolves' ears too. Next, I'm going to do the rock that they're standing on with weathered stone. Part of the reason I'm doing weathered stone is to kind of give it a definition, because when I paint some of the bricks, obviously I have to paint them like a red color, and they need to be able to show up really well. I'll go back through and look to see if there's anything else that looks like a brick that I would paint, because I don't want to be too detailed right now. I'll worry about the detail later. Check the time. Got time still. Just kind of pushing the paint around. Try to get it behind the feet. I will end up painting the claws on the wolf. So if I touch the toes a little bit, that's okay. I'm just going to end up painting those claws. There's one. I'll use a different brush. So I guess I could talk about some of the games that I took a look at Gen Con. I didn't do as many videos as I was hoping to. It was just me the majority of the time. Um, and so one game I was able to demo was Shadows. I think it's called Shadows Amsterdam. I don't know, Shadows of or over Amsterdam. I think it's just Shadows Amsterdam. I would say it's almost like a party game. It's meant to be played with numerous people because you have teams. But you're working with one person that's supposed to be like I would call him like a dispatch, because that's how the kind of picture portrays the one person on your team. And they're sending you clues, or they show these pictures that give you clues of where to go next on these tiles, different images and stuff. And if there's certain places you go, you end up getting hurt, quote unquote, because you end up going to wrong locations where there's actually danger or whatever, instead of going to the right ones and finding clues. And the first team to find all 3 clues wins. And I was really trying to get my hands on a copy of that. It was by Libelud, which I think was being sold by Asmodee. And I went to the booth numerous times. But the story was that they were supposed to come in, but someone signed for them and they never arrived at the convention. And so they were waiting for another shipment of them before the convention would end, but they never came. So I have to wait until the game is actually released in order to get my hands on a copy. Which kind of stunk, because I was really wanting to get a copy there. And I know there's other people there too. One of the people there were helping me and telling me every day if they came in or not. And so I didn't have to sit there and go through the booth every day. I just went to the front and there was someone there who told me, nope, sorry. So that kind of stunk for that. But that, if you can look up pictures of it and stuff, it's got really beautiful artwork. And then, the whole theme makes sense. There's a crime that happened, and you want to be the first detective to find it. And then you need to have someone that can give good clues too. Alright, now I'm going to do the eyes. I'll do sun yellow. Let's see here. Got canary yellow and sun yellow. I have yellow for wheat. I'll figure out which one I'll use for wheat. I think I'll use sun yellow for wheat, and I'll use canary yellow for the eyes. Go. There we go. Little eyes. And that's all the time we have today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.